It is time now for the Peer Chill Morning News on this Friday morning, October 23rd, 2015. And good morning to you all this lovely Friday morning, October 23rd, 2015. Here are your news that I zeroed out top story at 8 a.m. on this Friday morning is Hurricane Patricia approaches the Mexico coast and released by the U.S. National Reaction Administration as Mexico braces for the Western Hemisphere's strongest hurricane ever. As we take a look at the latest advisory on Patricia here. 17.3 in the north, 105.6 to the west here. Maximum sustained winds 200 miles an hour, the size of a Category 5 storm. Movement northwest at 12 miles an hour here. Wow, that is catastrophic. That is a huge storm here. And latest public advisory on Patricia, the strongest to North Pacific hurricane on record, headed for potentially catastrophic landfall in southwest Mexico later today. Here, a hurricane warning is in effect for San Blas to Punta San Telmo. A hurricane watch is in effect for eastern Punta San Telmo to Lazaro Cardenas. A tornado warning is in effect for eastern Punta San Telmo to Lazaro Cardenas. Hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the water area, in this case within about 24 hours. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion here. A tropical warning means that tropical conditions are expected somewhere within the water area. Hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area here. For storm formation specific to your area, please monitor products issued by your National Meteorological Service here. At 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time, the eye of Hurricane Patricia was located near latitude 17.3 to the north, longitude 105.6 west. And Patricia is moving toward the northwest near 12 miles an hour and turned toward the north and expected later this morning, followed by a turn toward the northeast this morning as on the fall. Wind forecast track that according to Patricia will make landfall into the hurricane warning this afternoon or evening. Maximum sustained winds are made near 200 miles per hour gusts. Patricia's a Category 5 hurricane under the San Francisco hurricane wind itself. Some fluctuation intensity are possible today, but Patricia expected to remain an extremely dangerous Category 5 hurricane landfall. Hurricane force winds extend outwards up to 30 miles an hour from the southern tropical force winds extend outwards up to 175 miles. The estimated minimum central pressure is 880 millibars here. Wind hurricane conditions are expected to first reach the hurricane warning area this afternoon as tropical storm conditions are beginning to spread across portions of the water area. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. Hurricane conditions are possible in the hurricane watch area later today. Here, rainfall. Patricia is expected to produce total rainfall accumulation of 8 to 12 inches, estimated maximum amounts of 20 inches over the Mexican states of Nayarit, Jalisco, Colima, Michoacan, and Guerrero. Friday Saturday, the rains could produce light threatened and flash floods and mudslides, and storm surge, an extremely dangerous storm surge, is expected to produce significant coastal flooding near the right where the center makes landfall. Near the coast, the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. And surface swells generally are pretty much already affected portions of the southern coast of Mexico and will spread northwestward during the next day, so those swells are likely to cause light, threatening, surf and whip current conditions. Please consult products from your local warehouse. Okay, back to the news here. At least 42 people died Friday in a collision between a bus and a truck in southern France, according to the local government spokesman. The Democratic presidential frontrunner maintained a somber, reflective tone Thursday in the face of House, also questioned from Republicans during a long-awaited testimony before the House Select Committee on Benghazi. One man was killed and 3 women were wounded in the shooting late Thursday on the campus of Tennessee State University, police said. At first, students thought it was a Halloween prank. The man walked into the accredited school in Charlton, Sweden on Thursday morning dressed like Darth Vader with a long black trench coat, black boots, black cabinet mask, similar to the Star Wars character here, as that terrified sword-wielding man in Darth Vader mask who attacked Swedish. Washington, Republicans love work with Paul Ryan as Democrats respected the now his. Combination of policy, knowledge, and approachability demonstrated the 2 committee chairmanships as him on the verge of becoming the next Speaker of the House. ISIS dismissed the failure as the U.S. encouraged raid that rescued dozens of hostages who officials said were about to be slaughtered by the military group in the northeastern Iraq. Because of Syria, the latest news as asylum seekers make their way across Europe by the tens of thousands of fleeing war seeking a better life. Pretoria, South Africa. Police fired stun grenades and used water cannon on fighting the dust fires lit by students protesting on the ground under the buildings where President Jacob Zuma has his offices. A Reuters witness said. Migrant in Nigeria, train bomb blasts have killed at least 18 people in the northeast Nigerian mosque crowded with people observing pre-dawn prayers Friday as self-defense fighter at the scene said. Columbia, South Carolina, a non-violent past and lack of hard drug use were factors cited by a judge who lowered the bond for a man accused of failing to tell authorities all he knew about a friend accused of massacring 9 black parishioners at a South Carolina church. In the video frame provided by the Albuquerque Metro Court, Tony Torres, Senator stands with public defender Jeff Wade left while making an appearance in the Albuquerque Metro Court via video in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That tournament of roses on Thursday named 17-year-old Erica Karen went to the rules generates famous New Year's Day parade in Pasadena, California. After that tip, Knoxville, Tennessee police have arrested a man accused of kidnapping a 16-year-old girl at a gunpoint in a Beijing. China's central bank late Friday cut both interest rates and the reserve requirement ratio for banks in a bid to revive slowed economic growth. Washington officials from Puerto Rico hope for some confidence and even practical advice from senators at a committee here in Washington on Thursday got little of it. The Draghi rally continued as U.S. tech jets surged at its PMI day in Europe. Global stocks ascended in 2 month high. U.S. index reached around fueled by better than expected earnings at Google, Print, Alphabet, Incorporated, and Amazon. As we take a look at the stock market report here at 806 here, Dow, 1749.60 up, 320.55 points. SP 500, 2052.51. Nasdaq, 4009, 20.05 here. A recently published study proves that there is a trade-off between big voice and big balls and hollow monkeys. Astronomers have caught a glimpse of the early universe data collected by the Hubble Space Telescope. The discovery of 252 faint dwarf galaxies and 3 galaxy clusters will contribute to the understanding of the universe formation. Scientists using NASA's repurposed Kepler Space Telescope, known as K2 mission, have uncovered strong evidence of a tiny rocky object being torn apart by spirals around a white dwarf star. Images of Pluto's tiny moon tiny cameras were taken by the New Horizons spacecraft and just sent back to Earth this week, complete with a family portrait of Pluto moons. The plague was spread nearly 3,000 years before. Previously thought, scientists say, after finding traces of the disease in the teeth of ancient people and discovering that could provide clues about how dangerous diseases evolve. Jo Milne has always been a keen sense of smell, so she was faced with her husband. Let's begin. I'm in a subtle musky odor. He was a doesn't to work long hours, and Milne assumed that his smell was just sweat. A study found that 27% of the doctors across the United States did not strongly endorse getting the HPV vaccine, as recommendations were also lower. Among doctors who are uncomfortable discussing sexually transmitted infections and parents. People who get less than 6 hours sleep at night may be more risk have factors that increase their odds of diabetes, heart disease, and strokes, as Korean studies suggest. And take a look at New England incident alert here in Loading, New Jersey. Here, a shooting barricade suspect at 452 Passaic Avenue as Loading police received a call for shots fired at the Hangout Bar. Officials on location found spent shell cases and found a suspect was barricaded in himself in the structure. Officials from surrounding towns had a perimeter around the structure while the Bergen County Sheriff's Team, bomb squad, and negotiator responded. The suspect is surrendered without incident here. Pierre News on 8:09. Time for a sports report here. The Boston Celtics preseason game defeated the New York Knickerbockers 99-85. And next up will be the final preseason game of the season before the tune-up to Wednesday's season opener, as they will square up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Manchester, New Hampshire, while the Boston Bruins will be in New York, taking on the New York Islanders on Long Island in Brooklyn at 7:30 p.m. Here. After blowing leads in the final stands in the past 2 weeks, the Seattle Seahawks led up their relentless pressure, which was a 23-block road win over the San Francisco 49ers here. Before Daniel Murphy was clutch for the New York Mets this postseason, he was a hero for the Jacksonville University, as Kirk Gibson hit one of the most famous home runs in the postseason history in Game 1 in the 1988 World Series. Started across the field from one of the top 4 quarterbacks expected to be selected in next year's NFL draft, UCLA freshman Josh Rosen stole spotlight with one of his best performances of the season in 40-24 win over Cal. Lucas also defeated Joel Wilfred Tsonga which deals a big blow to the Frenchman's chances of qualifying for the ATP Finals. Scale Monfils, David Fair, and Kevin Anderson also win to join Russell in the quarterfinals at Vienna. Peter Chell Newsom, 8:10, 10 traffic reporting this Friday morning. And let's start you off down and around here where 1:30 on the westbound side. It is so for the Newport Bridge area here. Today, 5 minutes southbound south for Route 6 in Justin all the way out to Route 12 in Cranston here. Today, 5 on the northbound side, so from Route 37 to Route 14 in the Cranston area. 95 on the northbound side, so from Route 37 in Cranston all the way at the downtown apartment. It's here. 95 on the southbound side, so from the Protected Curves all the way at the downtown apartment. It's here. 146 to the southbound side, so from Route 15 to Route 95 in downtown apartment. It's here. 195 on the westbound side, it is so from East Providence all the way at the downtown apartment. It's here. 195 on the eastbound side, it is so from Route 6 in Somerset all the way out to the Braga Bridge here. 95 on the northbound side, it is so from Deposit Street in Norwood all the way out to Route 120 in Cantoneer. Route 3 on the northbound side, so for Route 18 in Weymouth all the way out to Union Street at Braintree here. 185 on the northbound side, it is so from 85 in Auckland all the way out to Route 9 in Westbury here. 290 in the eastbound side, it's so for the Worcester stretch from the Bass Pack all the way out to Route 9. 146 on the northbound side, it is so before Route 290 in Worcester here. 128 on the northbound side, it's so for Route 1 in Norwood all the way out to Route 20 in Waltham here. 120 on the southbound side, so from Route 3 in Burlington all the way out to Waltham here. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, so from Quincy all the way out to Dorchester. Southeast Expressway southbound side, so over the Dorchester stretch. Mass Pack to get an accident here on the Mass Pack West before 120 in the west, so eastbound side is backed up from 120 all the way out to the Boston University Bridge here in BU in Boston here. Mass Pack to the westbound side, so from Logan Airport to Boston all the way out to the Austin Bratton tolls here. We get an accident on Soldier Field Road. 93 in the southbound side. It is so from Medford all the way to the Second Bridge here. Route 1 in the southbound side. So from Route 16 all the way out to 93 in the Chelsea Boston area here. 93 in the northbound side. It is so from Stoneham all the way out to Route 128 in Cantoneer. 128 out in Reading here. 128 in the southbound side. So from 28 to Route 93 in Reading due to an accident 93 northbound around Route 128 in Reading here. 120 in the southbound side. Accident around Route 93. 128. An accident around Route 28 in Reading, so expect some delays here. 195 on the southbound side, so from Berlin all the way up to 290 in Marlborough here. Route 20 in the eastbound side, it's all around Route 111 Acton here. Route 495 on the northbound side, so from Weston here. Route 3 in the southbound side, so from 495 in Lowell all the way up to Billerick here. 495 on the northbound side, so after Route 3 in Lowell to Route 38 in Tewksbury here. 93 and 95 looking good from 120 to the New Hampshire border here. 495 is looking good otherwise from Lowell all the way up to Amesbury here. 93 in the southbound side, so for the Derry, New Hampshire stretch here. And the main turnback looking good from York to Gardner via Portland here. Okay, let's take a look at the MBTA alerts here. Subway system looking good. Commuter rail. Newburyport Rockport Line train 158, 7:37 a.m. from Hamilton. Wenham delayed today, 10-20 minutes due to a neuromechanical problem here. Newburyport Rockport Line train 156, 7 a.m. from Newburyport delayed today, 10 to 15 minutes due to an early mechanical problem here. Ferries are looking good here. Here, till news time, 8:13 time nightfall. Weather report for today says guys about 32 degrees. North about 6 to 13 miles an hour. Here, tonight, most coast guys about 32 degrees. North about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Here. Saturday, Putts guys about 34 degrees. Light and variable wind. Saturday, slight chance of showers after 11 p.m. Otherwise, most guys got low at 43 degrees and light south wind. Chance of 20%. Sunday, chance of showers maybe before 3 p.m. Cost guys about 64 degrees and west about 5 to 8 miles of chance of 20%. Saturday night, most guys got about 41 degrees. Monday, parts of the podcast got about 54, about 31 degrees. Tuesday, most of the podcast got about 34, about 36 degrees. Wednesday, podcast got about 56 degrees. With that, rain like most guys got about 46 degrees. Chest patient is 6%. And for Thursday, rain like the guys got about 63 degrees and chest patient is 7%. Right now, Norton 40 degrees with first guys. Humidity 86%. That is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this October 23rd, 2015 on the Friday morning. Please have a good morning and a good positive attitude here.